During the winter, the best way to dress is in layers. It's important to cover your head, wear a hat, hopefully like a wool type hat, a scarf. Mittens are preferred over gloves just because they maintain body heat better. And to dress in layers because then it acts as an insulating factor. And if you're able to wear something on the outside that's kind of windproof, that's probably the perfect match for you. The early signs of hypothermia would be confusion, shivering, and shivering is just your body's attempt to warm itself. And obviously when your skin starts getting cold to the touch. And the people that are more susceptible to this are obviously the elderly and babies. Many people don't realize that even putting babies in cold rooms because they've turned the heat off at night can result in them becoming hypothermic. So they should make sure they maintain some heat in that room and keep them bundled up as well during the winter months. I do want people to know that just because, like from a hypothermic standpoint, it doesn't have to be below freezing to become hypothermic. You know, if you've fallen into water, you're out camping or you're hunting, and you get wet, you know, wicks heat away from your skin. So if it's windy, it could be 40 degrees, and you could still become hypothermic rather easily. When somebody's suffering from the effects of the weather, you need to move them out of the cold environment into a warm environment, and just warm them slowly. If their hands were cold, you put them in warm water, not hot, to kind of warm them. If they got to the point where they're getting from hypothermia and they're starting to get frostbite and their skin perhaps has gotten not only really red but it's gotten waxy, you need to seek immediate medical attention at that point. The parts that we see affected mostly by harsh weather are obviously the extremities. You know, if people don't have their ears covered, their nose, their cheeks, their lips, all those things that are exposed to the elements when it's really cold, and especially the wind compounds those things. So those are the areas where we see damage to the skin right away in the fingers and toes. People might be surprised to learn, but yes, you can get sunburn, you know, very badly in the winter, and it just makes sense if you correlate it to the summer when you're out in the pool and the UV rays are reflecting off of the water. It does the same when it's snow. That snow reflects it. We've all been out there where you almost get like the snow blindness. Well, that's reflecting about 80% of the UV rays back onto your face. So not only you get them directly from the sun, but you're getting it reflected as well. Which is why you see skiers wearing goggles all the time, and they have chapstick on and they put lotion on. So it's a time to be especially careful in the winter when there's snow on the ground. I would definitely have sunscreen on in the winter, especially if there is snow on the ground, because it just reflects that you're getting twice as much as you would normally get. When it comes to driving in icy or snowy conditions, there are some precautions you should take. Number one, obviously, we need to slow our speed down a little bit because stopping distances will be longer. It's easier to get off the road. Depending where you're at, St. Charles still has some really rural areas out here, so you could be out there for a while if you go off the roadway until somebody comes by, depending what time of day or night. But you should have an emergency kit packed as well. You should have some water in there. You should have some kind of protein bars in there if you're going to be there for a while. Obviously, a cell phone, a candle. Is a good thing with some matches because just one candle can produce a lot of heat in that vehicle. If you're stranded for an extended period of time, you should run your car for about 10 minutes at a time with the heater on and then turn it back off. And if you have some flares, glow sticks, a flashlight, anything you can signal for help, but stay in your vehicle as long as you can because that's at least going to keep you out of the elements as long as possible. For more information, you can go to the St. Charles County Ambulance District website at www.sccad.com, and there's information on there. Or you can go to any of the health organizations. You can Google type in anything for what you need an emergency kit for winter, anything about sunburn in the winter. All these issues we talked about is readily accessible.